Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dorian Show. It's been a while, guys. I haven't been here. I skipped a week. It's not because of COVID. I am fully better now. I was just lazy, to be honest. But I'm back now, okay? And I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, dude, he is looking a little thick. And you're right. And let me tell you, most people lose a ton of weight during the Rona. But not me. Dude, I feel I gained I lost weight the first time I got the Rona, but when it came back, I gained like 10 pounds, dude. And it might be because I was eating Taco Bell maybe like 7 days in a row. Just pounding cheesecake and shit, dude. I was living the life of a king. Anyway, I need to get back to losing weight, dude. I'm weighing I think today I weighed like 236, which is fucking huge, dude. Look at me, just. And what's embarrassing, I went back to. I was my first time going back to the gym today, maybe in 3 weeks. And dude, I got bigger, but I also got weaker because I haven't been lifting weights. So that was very embarrassing. You know what I mean? And if you don't use your muscles, you lose it. I guess I did a bench press, which is the only important exercise you need to do. Actually, if you're a guy, just lay down and be able to push hundreds of pounds, to support the ladies. Anyway, yeah, I got weaker and I need to get stronger. But whatever. I have a show coming up, guys. The next show is coming up September 9th, Friday in San Francisco in Boozeland, Emperor Norton's Boozeland, and the Tenderloin. Parking is free, obviously, after 6. And show up. It might not be like the most savory neighborhood of in San Francisco, but like the bar is so fucking cool. Great drinks, great balcony. The show's upstairs, so it's semi-private. You guys should definitely come out. We have a new lineup of comedians that are really funny, funnier than me. So show up and support the show. But yeah, I've been just not had a lot of time thinking, and I've been I forgot about this news, but at first I gotta say sorry. I'm still coughing up a lot. I mean, this is some weird side effects of the COVID. Even after I'm fully better, I'm negative now. Like I'm still coughing. I have like a scratchy throat. I'm just like pounding these cough drops, dude, because I don't want people to think I have like corona, I guess. Dude, and I was like, for a while, I was getting all these hives like all over my body. It was insane. I've never got hives before. They're like all over my arm, and a couple of days they were like on my face. I was like, what is this? Is this monkeypox, dude? And I can't get monkeypox, because I like girls. Oh shit! I hope I don't get canceled for that shit. But it's also true. And I wasn't going out anyway, so I was getting all these hives, and they were disgusting, dude. But it's starting to settle down now. At first, when I got them, I thought I was getting like mosquito bites, but I was like, this mosquito's fucking me up all over my body. So I figured out it wasn't that, and I looked it up online, as you do when you get a weird illness. They say some people get when they get over the Rona, the body's still like amped up and shit, and some people get hives. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm fine with it. It's not, as long as it's not on my face, I'll still go out. But right now I'm free, dude. I have hives free, HIV free, as they say. So yeah, I was reading something, and it reminded me of like how crazy like the homeless problem is in California, but like especially San Francisco and LA. And I guess recently, it might have been last year, or it might have been recently, the governor Gavin Newsom, Gavi, he I think he like is gonna spend $12 billion to fight the homeless situation here. And I wrote this down, but so there's about like, so he's gonna spend $12 billion, and there's about 150,000 homeless people in California alone. And I hate to say this because I think California has like a homeless industrial complex. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people making money off of the homeless situation, and like the situation just doesn't get better. And I hate to say this because I actually used to work with the homeless population like over 10 years ago, and we did overall. I feel like we did like my program did like a lot of good work. We would put people into shelter, family shelters, right? So we make sure kids, families with young children, don't stay on the streets. Make sure we get them to shelters or transitional housing. It's really good work, but like we're only one program out of like all these other programs, even in my own organization. And I was like, dude, some of these are kind of fucking bullshit, dude. Like I'm not sure what they do or what services they offer, and it's just this kind of like the bloat when it comes with like bureaucracy. You know what I mean? Like out of this $12 billion, like how much of this is just going to go to overhead or hiring people? You know, does it actually get homeless people into houses? You know, like does it go into shelters? I think some people like are against shelters. Like they want to get homeless people into permanent housing, which is it's just not realistic because there's not even enough housing for like people that have jobs. You know what I mean? Like people are living like 6 people in like in an apartment. It's you know what I mean? Like we just don't have the supply, and like I mean, I think shelters are not ideal, but it's better than living on the streets for sure. But anyways, $12 billion for 150,000 homeless people, and I did like a quick math. Let me pop one of these cough drops in here. So, $12 billion for 150,000 homeless people, and I did some like quick math. You know, if we just distributed this money, $12 billion, you could give every homeless person $80,000. I mean, it's only good for a year, but $80,000 for them to, that's a lot of money for someone. You could rent like a fucking nice apartment here for a year in San Francisco with and leftovers, money for groceries and shit. I'm sure like a lot of these homeless are probably some of them are probably going to end up using the $80,000 for drugs. But I'm just saying, like, is it might be better just to give them the money instead of doing all these like bureaucratic thing, and then like only a small percentage of the people can help. And I don't know. I just don't know the solution is just giving more money. But lucky for you guys, I think I have the solution. I think I could solve homelessness. Me, like I'm no expert. I did work with homeless population for a year over 10 years ago. But just looking what's available out there, I could save so much money for the county. Like I could get every homeless person housed and we'll still have money left over. Okay. Okay, so like I said before, if you just distribute the money to every homeless guy, you could just give them about $80,000 each, right? And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of money. I figured we could just do it. Spoiler: I figured how to solve the homeless problem. The homeless problem by like less than 50% of the 12 billion. I could cut that down to 6 billion, less than 6 billion. And the solution is just to put the homeless people on a cruise ship. And I'm not just saying like just let them live on the cruise ship on a dock. I'm saying like we pay for their cruises, dude. You know, I've never been on a cruise before, but I looked at the prices and it's insanely cheap to go on a cruise, you know what I mean? Like I was looking at Carnival Cruise, I guess is not the nicest one, but I don't know. I've never been on a cruise. Here, Carnival Cruise on their ship. What's this ship called? The Carnival Panorama. A 7-day trip from Los Angeles to Cabo. It's only $294 for 7 days. That amounts equal to like $42 a day. You know, for I did the math on it. This is gonna be way cheaper, dude. Oh wait, this is gonna be $42 a day, or $294 a week. Sure, you'll have a roommate, but I mean, no biggie, dude. You get a toilet, you get a bed, you get blankets, you get a shower. You know what I mean? And then like if you extend that out for a whole year, you know how much that costs per person. You guys would be surprised. The total cost would be $15,000 and $15,000. Dude, I can't speak. $15,330 for one homeless person, not to just live on a cruise ship, but to actually go to like Cabo and shit. You know what I mean? And this is like with food included and like fun stuff like the Carnival Panorama. These are the free options on the Panorama. Okay, you get to go to Guy's Burger Joint. You know Guy Fieri, like a legend, cooking legend on the cooking channels. His burger joint's free. It comes with this $42 a day. Also get to go get some Mexican food from the Blue Iguana Cantina. Okay, of course there's like more premium stuff that people could go when they could buy when they go on these ships. But let's be honest, dude. We could just put the homeless people and then we get rid of those options, dude. Okay, you know what I mean? And they could go to Cabo. They could like go stretch their legs out and go hang out in Mexico. And then we could maybe we could do like one of those like exchange programs. You know, we'd be like, you could have some of our peeps and we could get some of yours, and you know we'll trade like a foreign exchange student. And look, the entertainment's great. There's water slides on the ships. There's comedy here. It says here they have stand-up comedy on those boats. And let me tell you, I would be honored. I would be honored to be able to perform comedy at one of these shows. You know what I mean? It's not, I'm not above it. I'm not above, you know, doing comedy for homeless people that are unhoused people now that are living on a boat on vacation. Like I'm with it, dude. I support homeless people. Hold on one second. I think my dad's yelling, dude. Dude, your boy is back. I'm visiting my family right now, and my dad was just screaming upstairs. I thought he was dying, dude. And he's old. He's an old man, so I had to stop, doing my job here, which is shooting a podcast for no money. Go see what's up. But it turns out he just couldn't open a door. So that's what happens when you become old. Anyway, what I was talking about? Oh, the homeless situation and how it would be great to put them on a vacation on a cruise. To just think of all the possibilities. It's only going to cost $15,000, let's just say, per homeless person to go on a cruise vacation for a year. That is, and they budgeted $80,000 for them per year. Dude, that's a couple of years at least, right? That's like 4 or 5 years, almost 4.5 years that we could just put the homeless people on the cruise. And sure, we could like, you know what I mean? There'll be water slides, like I said, comedy shows, maybe some like musical acts. Maybe Kid Rock could go and like perform music, and like old acts that no one listens to anymore. You know, like I don't know. I'm pretty ignorant about music and stuff, so I don't know which ones are good, who are the artists that are good. And just think about it. Like we could just instead, you know what? I've always hated, even when I was doing the homeless stuff. Like there's a lot of job training for bullshit jobs. You know, like they do a lot of like, we're gonna give you some help, but you need to go do work job training, which is fine, which is reasonable. But you know what they do for job training? They're like, yeah, you're gonna learn how to be a seamstress. You learn how to be a seamstress in 2022 in California and hope to make a living off of that when they're doing that in China for like 5 cents, dude. People are just getting paid to do like bullshit things for the homeless people, which is worse. But just think about it. We could have them on a boat. They're on vacation. They got great burgers served to them by Guy Fieri. Unlimited food. You know what I mean? You could give services for them in a ship. A ship is huge, you know what I mean? You could take out the clubs and the casino, you know, because it's probably not good for the unhoused. And you could just fill it up with like a gym, dude. You know what I mean? You know, maybe we could get UFC to sponsor it, and we could like teach some of these like guys to get jacked and learn how to fight. And maybe they could win They could win a contract to fight in the UFC, like Kimbo Slice. Dude, what better way to be like from the streets, and you learn how to fight and be in the cage, fighting for your life, or they could just learn. Maybe they could learn how to be comedians too, because that's such a great job here. You know what I mean? Like I'm just bumming around and doing comedy for no money, and I think more people should do it. I think every homeless person should, first sober up, go on a cruise for the next couple of years, that Gavi will pay for, and then take comedy classes and like MMA classes just to, and then when they're done, when they graduate, they could basically do anything. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, we could also teach them coding, but that shit's boring, right? We don't like techies here in California, anyways. We don't like people making money. We don't like people paying taxes, even though we just say, oh, we should raise their people's taxes, but we don't like techies. It's a weird situation we are in. But yeah, that's it. I solved homelessness. Just put every single homeless person onto a Carnival cruise for a year. Take them around the world. Feed them Mexican food and burgers, and let them learn comedy and learn MMA, and afterwards they'll be millionaires. Because that's what, we could just give them all an iPhone also and just have them do TikToks. Every day, the homeless people just do TikToks on the Carnival cruise about learning comedy and giving financial advice, and they would be great. They will be great. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, I just a lot of some of my young nephews out here are starting to apply for colleges, and if you're still wanting to go to college and you haven't realized that it's a total scam yet, then sure, I'll help you get in, okay? Because college, the best way to get into college is basically lie. There's a lot of things you can't lie on your application. You can't lie about your grades, of course, because your teachers turned that in. You can't lie about your SATs. I don't even know if schools in California are doing SATs anymore because I guess SATs are racist. I guess if you can't do math or no words, that's racist. I don't know. Anyway, so before going, like, college is a total scam, dude. Okay, you know what they tell you? They're like, hey, you go to college, you get into like tens of $1,000s, maybe hundreds of $1,000s in debt, and you will come out and you'll find a good job. Well, the first part is true. Like, you'll get into debt or you waste all your parents' money. That's how much my parents spent for me 10 years ago, putting me in college. They paid for it, dude. My parents paid for college, and once I got into college, my dad immediately lost his job, and he's never worked since. But he saved. Because he saved, I couldn't get financial aid, and my dad literally tells me this. He's like, every single year, because he wanted me to get a good education. He put me in school. He let me live in dorms for 4 years. Dorms were expensive. Way more expensive than going on a cruise, by the way. They should just have colleges on a cruise. Anyway, my parents literally tell me, like, every year we basically burn a Mercedes so you could go to college. And you know what? I had to show for that a low paying job, and then I went to college and I got 2 more degrees, and it absolutely did not help me at all. Okay, so I probably spent over, with the time I could probably be working, it probably cost me like a quarter $250,000 to get all these educational shit. And I'm not making $250,000 right now. Not even close. But anyway, so this is how you get to college for everybody listening right now. You should basically just lie. You should just lie on your application. And I'm talking about specifically like the personal statement part of it. You know what I mean? Because no one's going to ever check this, okay? And people have done this for years. I wasn't smart enough to do it when I was applying to college because I was retarded. But many people have lied and gone into good colleges and have great careers, you know what I mean? Like Elizabeth Warren, you know what I mean? She got into one of the best law schools, she said. She says she was Native American, and clearly that wasn't true. That wasn't true at all. But anyway, this is what you write. This is what you write on your personal statement. Okay, everyone. Everybody likes a underdog story. Okay, people don't like victims, so don't write a personal statement saying the world's against you, the patriarchy, blah blah blah, and you've just been getting destroyed, and you're like, oh please let me get into this college. No, that is the perfect way of not getting into college. What people like to see is a comeback story of how you overcame that shit. Okay, like how you as like a young Latino black Cambodian, fought against white supremacy and the patriarchy, and how you had to like work 5 jobs so that your parents wouldn't lose a 1 bedroom apartment, so you could feed all five siblings you have. You know what I mean? So you could afford to have them go to tutoring and learn English, and to keep them off the streets. Of course, this shit could all be lie. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably just like an okay student live in a middle class family, but they don't know that. Okay, tell a good story. Okay, think about writing like the next. This is gonna be like this could be a launching pad for a writing career. You know, if you could write a great personal statement that's basically fiction, like maybe one day you'll become Stephen King. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, you listen to Uncle Dorian just lie on your personal statement, and then enjoy your Harvard education. Okay. What else do we got here? Oh, speaking of which, the rest of the world's gone crazy. First we had Sri Lanka like making the people use organic fertilizer, which just basically drove up the price of grain because people can't grow grain anymore. And the Sri Lankan like country is in turmoil. People can't eat. They gotta import food in, all because of some dumb government. And then Canada very soon like follows suit. Justin Trudeau's like, oh yeah, no more using nitrogen in in your uh, in your soil. And I'm like, dude, the introduction of nitrogen into the soil is the reason why we're able to feed the whole world. Okay, it's fucking magic. Air, you take air and you just shoot it into the ground, and then you have an abundance of crops. Okay, and now you're like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, why, dude? This is not a fucking competition. You know what I mean? Like, we need to feed people at a reasonable price. There are people starving in third world countries. If anything, we should be making food cheaper, not more expensive. And you would think a lot of governments were like, "Yo, this is dumb." Like Canada, Sri Lanka, these dummies don't know what they're doing. Okay, and apparently that's not true because the Netherlands, who have the most giant motherfuckers in the world, is just. Let me pop another one of this, dude. This rant is pretty good, huh? I don't know what's going on. The Netherlands, which is the land of the giants, they're like, yeah, our guys are just our guys here are just too big and strong and too good looking and getting all the ladies. So we're gonna fight global warming by shutting down 11,000 farms, like farms with livestock. Like we're gonna eliminate 11,000 farms, so there won't be as much livestock. So we won't have as much protein animals for people to eat. Okay, like, and then we're just gonna shut down like people's livelihoods. Like, we're gonna imagine like you have a farm and you own like cows and sheep and stuff, and for generations, and all of a sudden the government say, yeah, because of greenhouse gases, like you can't own cows anymore. Okay, and of course, sure, the government's gonna buy your land from you, but that's just it's not even a choice. That's more like forced selling, right? They're like, well, yeah, we're gonna shut down your livelihood, and your only option to make some money is we buy this land from you, from the government. They might as well just seize it from you, And I think that's so dumb. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. The last couple of years, I feel like, obviously, I think the environment is important, and we should like cut back on greenhouse gases and stuff. But things are going too far when you're telling people they can only use like organic soil or organic fertilizer, and you can't inject nitrogen into the soil to make food for people. Like, that's going a little bit too far, right? Telling people they can't eat meat, haven't have as much meat anymore, so that we could save greenhouse gases. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm team people, okay, and I love eating meat, and I feel like the world is like kind of slowly pushing people into like a vegan society, which is, I mean, to be honest with you, is straight up trash, dude. Okay. Anyway, how long is my podcast going for right now? It's about 25 minutes. Dude, this is. I thought I would be able to do like 45 minutes, honestly, but I can't, dude. I think my dad screaming his head off really threw me off. So I'm going to end it here. Come to my show, please, guys. Please. The show is free. It's a free comedy show. It's only about an hour 15 minutes. We have lots of fun. It starts at 7 o'clock in San Francisco. We're done by like 8:15ish, latest 8:30, because we respect your time. Okay, we respect your time, and we want you to be able to, go out and get drunk afterwards or do whatever you do on a Friday night. I don't know, because I just stay in my room and I record videos and I write jokes. That's really all I ever do. So come see the show, September 9th, Friday, 7 o'clock in San Francisco, Emperor Norton Booze Land. Get tickets. RSVP below, bring your friends, have a drink. It's gonna be a fun time. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys next week. I'm guessing I probably need to start interviewing people, so these could be a little longer. Thank you to the 20 people who watch every week. I love you. Peace.